Oh, that's enough of that. Hello. Off to a quiet start today. Um, that's alright. Oh, I'm so sorry. That must have hurt so badly. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. My microphone just fell. I'm gonna buy a new microphone, a more stable microphone. Because this one sucks. Okay, I can see the game. I've been playing for 9 hours and just did the first mission. Which one? This. Let me get closer. Go. Okay. We're gonna talk to the people, to our crewmates first.
Yes, Commander?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know
I
if
trust you, Commander. If you think they belong here, then so do I.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, we have a lot of codex to read here. I'm gonna do it later. That's so much codex.
I prefer gold to silver, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I
You're
like
dodging the
I
question.
think
got
we already
into
heard
the
this
name.
one.
One of the instructors in flight school used to...
Why didn't you?
Yeah, but they'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I
Yeah,
have to
it
go.
doesn't have a lot of
See
things
ya.
to say, huh? Yeah, I think that's where one falls short. Most of the characters that you meet don't really have a lot of things to say. They say a lot of things, but they don't really have a lot of things to say specifically. It's always the same repeat of lines. And also that the first game is very short. I still really like it. I consider it my favorite because of all of the world building that it does. But every game has its negatives, and I think that the negative on this one is that it's not very it doesn't do much with character development. Please excuse the noises. I live in the middle of the city.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Learn a
Do you know
little
why
bit about
Benezia joined up with
Venezia.
Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander. I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye,
Well, yeah, if you
Shepard.
think of it, she acts like a teenager because essentially she is, at least in Asari terms. She's very cute. Yeah, she's the love interest for this playthrough. I'm gonna try to keep the love interest through the entire playthrough. I usually do Liara and then Garrus, but you know, I'm gonna try to do Liara, just Liara.
Commander, do you have a minute?
What's on your mind, Lieutenant?
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to Element Zero in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Seems like you beat the odds. How many didn't make it?
Out of 100, maybe 60 have no effect. 30 suffer adverse effects, little things like brain cancer. The other 10 show enough ability to augment with implants. Not always permanent, though. Not like the cancer. Next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero. I mean, how's a kid supposed to deal with that? A station at the edge of human space.
Hey, Frisk.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Time to get physical, then.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander. Not lightly, anyway. There was a girl I spent a lot of time with. Well, we kept our clothes on. Rana. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful. But not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am?
No. Shut up, Caden. I am not interested. This is a Liara only playthrough, okay? We're not here to do some fucking Caden loving. Alright? You're a very good guy. I like you as a friend.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The Grand Gateway to Humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
Why is that
I
flirty?
understand, ma'am. I won't let you down.
Why does that sound flirty?
Make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
To some degree.
Of course. But I don't enjoy it with everyone. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander.
No.
Yeah.
No! Oh my god, you can't just be friendly to him. Fuck Jesus Christ. I don't wanna... wanna avoid the fucking conversation that you have before the final mission. There's no way of avoiding it. You just can't be friendly to him. Hello, Sam.
After the Thresher moths are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the Earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
Help text, bottom text.
Faster ship mobility dominates space combat. The primary objective is to align the mass accelerator along the bow with the opposing vessel's broadside. Battles typically play out as artillery duels, fought at ranges measured in thousands of kilometers, though assaults through defended mass relays often occur at knife fight ranges, as close as a few dozen kilometers.
Yeah, very close.
Most ship-to-ship engagements are skirmishes between patrol vessels of cruiser weight and below, with dreadnoughts and carriers only deployed in full-scale fleet actions. Battles in open space are short and often inconclusive, as the weaker opponent typically disengages. Once a ship enters FTL flight, the combat is effectively over. There are no sensors capable of tracking them, or weapons capable of damaging them. The only way to guarantee an enemy will stand and fight is to attack a location they have a vested interest in, such as a settled world or a strategically important mass relay.
Imagine attacking a mass relay. Yes, the only thing that we can't rebuild. Let's attack that. It is surprising that all of these civilizations have survived being able to use Mass Effect. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot the
Faster
name.
than light drives use
Mass Effect.
ship mobility
Mass
to
relays.
space.
Mass relays. Why did I forget? It's amazing that these civilizations have survived for thousands of years without having destroyed every single mass relay, considering the story that we're being presented with. Because of their long lifespan, Asari tend to have a long view, not common with other races. When they encounter a new species or situation, the Asari are more comfortable with an extended period of passive observation and study than immediate action. They are unfazed that some of their investments or decisions may not pay off for decades or centuries. Matriarchs can seem to make incomprehensible decisions, but their insight is evident when their carefully laid plans come to fruition. In international relations, this long view manifests an unspoken policy of centrism. Ah yes, the enlightened Asari. The Asari instinctively seek to maintain stable balances of economic, political, and military power. Traditionally, Asari spread their influence through their cultural domination and intellectual superiority. They invite a new species of advanced development to join the galactic community, knowing that their ideals and beliefs would inevitably influence the existing culture. Ah, yes. The Asari came late to the concept of world government. For centuries, their home world government. I mean, humans don't have a world government. They have a supranational government that manages humanity's actions outside of Earth. But in Earth, they're still countries, so we didn't really. There's not a world government. Anyways, for centuries, their homeworld of Thesha was dotted with loose confederacies of great republican cities. The closest earthly equivalent would be the ancient Mediterranean city-states. Since the Asari culture values consensus and accommodation, there was little impetus to form larger principalities. Rather than hoard resources, the Asari bartered freely. Rather than attack one another over different philosophies, they sought to understand one another. Wow, when you have a long lifespan, I guess you do that. Only in the information age did the city-states grow close. Communication over internet evolved into an electronic democracy. Asari have no politicians or elections, but a freewheeling, all-inclusive legislature. Asari have no politicians or elections, but a freewheeling, all-inclusive legislature citizens can participate in at will. Policy debates take place at all hours of the day, in official chat rooms and forums. Oh no. Twitter democracy. In official chat rooms and forums moderated by specially programmed virtual intelligences. All aspects of policy are open to plebiscite at any time. In any given debate, the Asari tend to lend the most credence to the opinion of any matriarchs present, nearly always deferring to the experience of this millennia-old wise woman. Achieving consensus through public debate may take too long in a crisis. In cases where prompt, decisive actions is required, the Asari defer to the wisdom of local matriarchs. Twitter democracy. Salarians, League of One. Before they joined the Citadel Council, the Salarians' most potent military tool was a small reconnaissance team known as the League of One. Their primary training was in espionage and assassination. Here's a thought, though. At that point, there were only really two races in space: the Salarians and the Asari. Were Salarians killing Asari politicians? Well, it was just said that Asari don't have politicians. Were they killing matriarchs? Who were they killing? Were they killing each other? The primary training was in espionage and assassination, never more than a dozen strong. The team was adept at infiltrating the tightest defenses and eliminating all necessary obstacles. One of the top members of Cobran military, only a few top members of Cobran military were privy to the League's identities. League members wore no distinguishing garments and held no particular rank. The only evidence of their participation in the League was a small medallion presented to each member upon induction. This secrecy was maintained until the formation of the Council. In an effort to dispel rumors and appease their new Asari partners, the Salarian Union released all classified documents pertaining to the League. The League of One was suddenly exposed and in danger of being hunted by enemies of the Salarians. Who? Whom? By whom? Enemies of the Salarians. Whom? Asaris? Other Asari? Asari? The Turians weren't lifted yet. Who? There were only two species back then. I mean, not really. We're left to assume that there are more species. No, the Krogans were uplifted years later, centuries later. But we're led to assume that there are non-council races. Like, we are led to assume that the Asari had complete control of the council and then other species had just embassies on the Citadel. That's what we are left to assume, I suppose. But the way that they present it is that the Salarians came second and the Asari came first. So you are like, who? I'm just trying to fill in the gaps. Before any harm could be done, the team mysteriously disappeared. Most assumed it was a convenient lie to help hide their identities, but a few months later, the unit captain was murdered. Though there was no incriminating evidence, it was clear who was responsible. Realizing the threat posed by this rogue outfit, the special task group dispatched a team of hunters. When they didn't return, the STG dispatched 10 of its brightest operators with broad discretionary powers. Only 2 returned. They reported no evidence of the League. No further incidents were reported, and it was assumed the League was wiped out. Some recently declassified documents, however, have suggested that there may have been a 13 member who eluded Salarian military. It doesn't really matter if he avoided it. He's dead. They only live for 40 years. No, the Bolus only showed up after the Turians showed up. They are a client race of the Turians. But the Elcor may have, I don't know. Stink races, Prothean ciphers. The Prothean beacon downloaded its knowledge into Lieutenant Commander Shepard on Eden Prime, causing conflicts in dreams and visions. While the imagery is becoming clearer with time, the meaning of the beacon communication remains elusive. It has been suggested that Prothean data recording is highly dependent on a certain point of view, what Carl Jung described as the collective unconscious. The cipher needed to comprehend the images implanted in Shepard's mind is the cultural knowledge of a Prothean, the archetypes, biological instincts, and common experience universal to the race. Since the Protheans habited for the millennia, it may be impossible to acquire this cipher. But you see, Shepard is the cipher. She knows what they are. Geth hoppers. Oh yeah, the bouncy boys. The Geth models, collectively dubbed hoppers by Alliance forces, are electronic warfare platforms. They can project electromagnetic radiation across a broad spectrum as an offensive weapon. They can also perform cyber warfare attacks against the onboard computers of body armor, harsuits, and weapon, adversely affecting their performance. Thank goodness I just melted them before they could do anything. The structure of hoppers consists of an advanced and highly elastic artificial muscle material. This allows a hopper to compress its entire body for powerful leaps. Hoppers also have thousands of molecule-scale barbs on the surface of their hands and feet, which are used to cling to walls and ceilings. Hoppers are very difficult targets, leaping from one surface to another in rapid succession. The Quarians have no records of any Geth models similar to Hoppers. This new morphotype must have been developed over the last 300 years by the Geth themselves. This is troubling proof that the Geth are continuing to move towards technological singularity. Experts in synthetic life have intrigued that Hoppers appear to be even more organic than the baseline Geth. The identified subtypes of Hopper have been codenamed Sapper, Stalker, and Ghost. You know, the Geth are the only smart civilization in this entire game. They're actually exploiting their solar system for all of the resources that they may have, instead of just trying to colonize a bunch of solar systems and complaining that there's not enough resources. Planets and locations. Stations. Gagarin Station. Gagarin Station is the largest deep space station built by humanity, a Bernal sphere designed with a 500-meter diameter habitable area. It was constructed beyond Pluto, nearly 80 astronomical units, 12 billion kilometers from Sol. Moving crew and material to this location bankrupted most of the backers. Great. Good. Gagarin was placed at the inner edge of the heliopause, at the point at which the solar wind can no longer push back the interstellar medium. It was built to test a number of faster-than-light drive principles that theoretically could only occur in interstellar space. The station was nicknamed Jump Zero, as it was intended to be the jumping-off point for humanity's expansion into the galaxy. Shortly after the station was completed, the Prothean ruins were discovered on Mars, rendering the entire effort moot. Amazing. After struggling to make profit for a decade, Gagarin was sold to the System Alliance in 2159 for a fraction of the construction costs. The Alliance refurbished it as a research and training center for the recently discovered biotic phenomenon. In 2169, the biotic alchemation and training program was shut down, and Gagarin became a general research facility. Its remote location and intentional isolation from the extranet makes it popular for dangerous research, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Humanity's first stable AI, the Alliance-sponsored Elitha, achieved sapience at Gagarin in 2172. Wait, we have an AI? We have an AI, cool. Today, Gagarin Station has a permanent population of approximately 9,000. A plan has been proposed to move it to the gravitational stable barycenter point between Pluto and the Charon relay, allowing it to serve as a gateway facility between the Sol and Arcturus system. The high cost of safely moving its mass has delayed this indefinitely. Why would it cost to move it? Why? Just put a thruster on the back and like turn it on once and it'll move meters every day. It's space. just have a fucking astronaut like doggy paddle behind it and move it. It'll move for a few seconds. It'll move like a few meters every day. There's people on it. Yeah, and there's Mass Effect fields keeping those people like on the station. What's your point? So let me get this straight. Humanity can colonize planets that have like 3 times Earth's gravity thanks to Mass Effect fields without having to worry about how much energy consumption there is on that. But they can't move a station in space by putting a thruster on the back and just moving it a few meters every day. No wonder we're so stupid. Wait, I thought we didn't have AI? Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I thought humanity didn't actually have an AI. You know, this is Mass Effect 1. This is Mass Effect 1. Like, they throw a lot of stuff to make you be like, oh, you know, hey, I don't think we... Yeah, this is from the window. They throw a lot of things that are like, hey, yeah, here, have this information. And then on Mass Effect 2, they really picked the information that was, like, actually important. And then they moved with that. And that's why everything happens. And also, it was 2172. I'm pretty sure the Systems Alliance didn't really care about what the console had to say about making AI. Moving it from a stable point in space to a different stable point safely is not easy, holy shit. Just move it. Just move it. New space travelers ask, what does it look like outside a ship moving as fast as light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through the glass than it does through the open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed Mass Effect field. This causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the objective exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming visible only to radio telescope antennae. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmic ray sources become visible. Jesus Christ. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma ray bursts. So an outside observer, a ship within a Mass Effect drive envelope appears blue shifted. If within a field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, it radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays. Oh, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue shifted up into the visible spectrum of or higher. Ships moving at FTL are visible at great distance, though their signature will only propagate at the speed of light. That's interesting. Okay, I'm peeping shit posting. Yes, exactly. Yes. Very good drawing, Sang. That is absolutely what they should do with the station. Just put a little man just dog paddling every day. They could pay him like 1 billion credits every day. Great way to make money. Good ways to make money off the extranet as a student. Heat limits the length and intensity of ship-to-ship combat. Starships generate enormous heat when they fire high energy weapons, perform maneuvering burns, and run on board combat electronics. In combat, warships produce heat more quickly than they can disperse it. As heat builds within a vessel, the crew's spaces become increasingly uncomfortable. Before the heat reaches lethal levels, a ship must win or retreat by entering FTL. After an FTL run, the ship halts, shuts down non-essential systems, and activates the heat radiation gear. Combat endurance varies by ship design and by the battle's location. Battles in the deep cold of interstellar space can go on for some time. Engagements close to a star are brief, since habitable wars are usually close to a star. Battles over them are frightening. Ah, yes. They didn't listen to this in Mass Effect 3. If you think about it, they did. Not really. Earth is very close to the sun. Anyways, heat management. Dispersal of heat generated by onboard system is a critical issue for a ship. If it cannot deal with the heat, the crew may be cooked within the hull. Radiation is the only way to shed heat in a vacuum. Civilian vessels utilize large, fragile radiator panels that are impossible to armor because they are civilian. Warships use diffuse radiator arrays, DRAs, ceramic strips along the exterior of the armored hull. These make the ship appear stripped to thermographic sensors. Since the arrangement of the strips depends on the internal configuration of the ship, this pattern for each vessel is unique and striking. On older ships, the DRA strips could become red or white hot, double tiger strips of war paint by humans. The glowing DRA has a I know how to speak English. Hold on. Psychological impact on pirates and irregular forces. Strip radiators are not as efficient as panels, but if damaged by enemy fire, the ship only loses a small portion of its total radiation capacity. In most cases, a vessel's DRA alone allows it to cruise with no difficulties. Operations deep within a solar system can cause problems. A ship engaged in combat can produce titanic amounts of heat from maneuvering burns and weapons fire. When fighting in a high heat environment, warships employ high efficiency droplet heat sinks. In a droplet system, my god, tanks of liquid sodium or lithium absorb heat within the ship. The liquid is vented from spray nozzles near the bow as a thin sheet of million of micrometer scale droplets. The droplets are caught at the stern and recycled into the system. A droplet system can sink 10 to 100 times as much as a DRA strips. Droplet sheets resemble a surfer ship's wake through the water. Shippers wake through the water. The wake peels out in sharp turns, spreading a fan of droplets as the ship changes vectors and leaves the coolant behind. I only understood like half of that. We have the Guardian, but it's just an anti-missile ship, whatever. A ship general area defense integration anti-spacecraft network, Guardian, consists of anti-missile, anti-fighter lasers turrets on the exterior hull. Because these are under computer control, the gunnery control officers need to do little beyond turn the system on and designate targets as hostile. Amazing. Since lasers move at light speed, they cannot be dodged by anything moving at not relativistic speeds. I guess. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Fights are. Listen, when I'm reading out loud, it takes a while for my brain to understand what's going on, so I didn't catch everything. I got the gist of it, though. Unless the beam is aimed poorly, it always hits its target. You shouldn't... Well, it's a laser. I think you can miss. In the early stages of battle, the Guardian fire is 100% accurate. It is not 100% lethal, but it doesn't have to be. Damaged fighters must break off for repairs. Lasers are limited by diffraction. The beam spreads out, decreasing the energy density, watts per meter squared. The weapon can place on a target. Any high-power lasers is a short-range weapon. Yeah, that's why you can miss a laser, because it'll stop being deadly a few kilometers down the star. Yeah, no, I got that part. Guardian's network have another limitation. Heat. Weapons grade lasers require cooldown time, during which the heat is transferred to sink radiators. As lasers fire, heat builds within them, reducing damage, range, and accuracy. Of course. Fighters attack in swarm. The first few will be hit by Guardian, but as battle continues, the effect of laser overheat allows the attackers to press ever closer to a ship. Constant use will burn out a laser. Guardian lasers typically operate in infrared frequencies. Shorter frequencies would offer superior stopping power and range, but degradation of focal arrays and mirrors will make them expensive to maintain. And most prefer mechanical reliability over bleeding edge performance where lives are concerned. Salarians, however, use near ultraviolet frequency laser with 6 times the range, believing that having additional time to shoot down incoming missiles is more important. Salarians. Lasers are not blocked by the kinetic barriers of capital ships, however, the range of lasers limit their use to rare knife fight range ship-to-ship combat. They're nerfed. Technology. Biotic amps. Biotic manipulate Mass Effect fields using dozens of element zero nodules within the nervous system that react to electric stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, though the user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. I'm assuming they sell like little things that you can do. I assume that there's like a market for biotics where they can like buy like little like things to put in their like in the port that I like cute little things that you can put there. I assume there's a market for that. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps. There is a growing market for modifications and add-ons. There we go. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance All-3 implants first deployed in 2170 are a significant step forward. Wait. Biotic implant and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent Mass Effect fields. Where biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. The S does cover, yes, but for your brain. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous systems, sending specific electrical impulses to the element zero nodules embedded in their nerves. They are taught to use their implants on amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. The specific gestures of muscle movements fire the proper sequence of nerves to activate a certain skill. Wait. Oh, okay. Conatix Industries pioneered biotic training with the biotic activation, blah, 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 blah. Although BAT did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught are still used today. Many human think tanks. Okay. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. Oh no. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others, less publicly known, are unapologetic attempts to create Nietzschean Superman. Ah, yes. You see, even if it's the future. Are you at GameLink Risu from Trans Minecraft community? Hi, Deppy. Yes, that's why you're a mod in this stream. Yes, it's me. I am that person. Though I have left that server a couple of months ago. But yes, it is I. Don't worry, I've been inactive. I haven't been streaming for months. I've only just got back to it. Also, there's like a 16 second delay, I think. I don't know why I was going up. We need to talk to Karus. I've never heard of this server. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Minecraft? I don't know what that is. I never heard of that. Who do we talk to first? Let's talk to Garros first.
Commander, how are you?
Hello, I love you.
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Goodbye.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Mass Effect says 1312. You heard it here first, folks.
It's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I wonder if they recorded that line in another studio at another time. Wait, what did he say? Well, Garrus says 1312 because he hates how cops have a lot of regulations, so I guess that's not 1312. No, never mind, actually. I just said it because at some point CSEC is criticized, and that means 1312.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Now you see, Garrus, the issue with police, Garrus, is not that they are restricted by policies and procedures, it's that they are not restricted by policies and procedures. That's the issue with them, Garrus. They need more policies and more procedures and more discretion. They need more, my dear friend. They don't need less. We need more restrictions on the police, not less.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
I love you so much. Such a shame that you can't do the Garrus only playthrough.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I remember why I hate Ashley.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Sorry, what? Huh? Wait, what? I am... Huh? Excuse you? What do I say? Don't be cruel, that's none of my business, that wouldn't be appropriate. Don't be cruel.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
I fucking hate you.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
Is this duty-related, Chief?
No, ma'am. Well, maybe. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
What was censored?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around.
Yes, and it was built with Turian support.
Weapons.
It was built with Turians. You fucking disgrace of a person. No, God is not censored. I see God there. You said God. Oh, it's censored in the stream. That maybe. I don't know.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
I wanna use the renegade option. Must not.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Yo, Deppy, I'm about to remove your mod.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human.
No,
It's
that's not true. I wouldn't do
racism,
that.
Not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Oh, look, guys. She's projecting. I've heard this
You
before.
sound like one of those Terra Firma party pamphlets, Chief.
Terra Firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals. These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry.
Oh wow, where have I heard that
My
one
reasons are
before?
more rational. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I come from a military family too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
I don't think they meant to start a family tradition, but after 16 years on ships and stations, how could I spend my life on the ground?
You're lucky. I spent most of my career as groundside garrison.
You just shut up. I don't know why it's censoring you. It doesn't really matter. Do you mean the chat on screen? If that's censoring you, I don't know. I don't know. I understand your feelings. You have to work with aliens. Just shut up.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Remember that one.
I'm glad there won't be a problem.
Anything else you need, Commander?
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
You can, I don't know, go die in a fire or something.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
We sure do. We sure do.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
No, it just censored. I meant her record being all great. She means she must have intentionally stayed on the ground. Yeah, of course. She knew that if she went out there and interacted with aliens, she would have liked them or something.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
When are you going to tell me about your family heirloom? That's the way that you get him to like you in the next games.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
No horny, Debbie. No horny allowed.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
She's not a robot.
I should go.
See you later.
She... That's a helmet. I think this is a good time to quick save. Hold on, you can't quick save in elevators. There we go. Just in case we get another blue screen today. Could happen. Be wary of blue screens. Okay, let's go to the Citadel. Actually, no. Hold on. We gotta do a few things before we go to the Citadel. We have one... Yeah. We have one last system to explore in this. We have one last system to explore in Artemis Tau. And then we can go to the Citadel. Salamis. The geological properties of Salamis have been scanned from orbit, but little else is known about it. Due to its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere and proximity to the energetic star Athens, the equatorial daytime temperatures have been known to turn the surface molten. The crust is composed of iron with deposits of platinum group metals. Great. This planet right here has enough iron. This planet right here has iron to make a fucking Dyson swarm right here in this solar system. Why are they not doing that? Why are they not doing Dyson swarms? Like the Hanna homeworld, Proteus has more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Hot, humid, and storm-racked Proteus' rare combination of oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, and carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended for colonization. A pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface, safe from the worst effect of the weather. Colon founded 2179, population 12,470, capital Ithaca. No, her name is not Samantha. I would love to live in one of these planets. Which one is the... Traces of sodium in the atmosphere give nausea its overall dark gray color, but it's otherwise a typical hydrogen helium gas giant. An abundance of water vapor in the upper atmosphere account for its white clouds. Circe is a modestly sized surging helium gas giant with traces of sulfur and chlorine. This gives it its striking yellow-green tint. As the development of the Proteus colony continues, Circe will likely be developed for helium-3 mining. Great! You could also just mine the sun. You could just do that. Which one is the planet that we have to investigate then? Pharos? Nope. This time Pharos has seen only cursory examination by an unmanned probe. It has trace atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of carbon. Deeper craters have been partly filled by ice, suggesting there may be a significant amount of water locked up beneath its frozen surface. A large ice-bright crater in the southern hemisphere makes the planet visible from the inner system, leading to the planet's name, Pharos. Ooh, a Turian insignia. Okay. There's no planet to land on in this system. Here we go again. The Citadel. We're gonna be here just for a little bit. I promise. We're not gonna be here all day. I promise. Promise we're not going to be here for like 3 streams in a row. I promise. Promise just going to be a little tiny bit of... little tiny bit, okay? We're not gonna be here for like decades. Just need to do a few missions.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay, I need to do electronics to master overload. There we go. I don't have to worry about anything else in my entire life. And this is damage 14%, increases actors by 70%. Okay, cool. Liara, Liara, alright. Barrier is very cool. You don't need to do electronics. I mean, you could do electronics, why not? Throw into lifts. Warp is also very good. Okay, and then I want you to get stasis. No, stasis is not worth it. I need you to get throw and lift. These two are very useful. So lift. Warp is also very useful because it inflicts 6 damage per second, so let's do that up into advanced warp. And let's unlock singularity because singularity is also very useful. Singularity stasis is not that useful, so I don't really care, but her having a longer barrier would be very useful. Let's do first aid then. First aid is very useful. Electronics doesn't really matter, but if you can get overload, that'd be great. And then let's just put all of the points in Asari Scientist. And I guess more points in singularity will be okay. There we go. And now Tally has a few more points. Get you more damping. Advanced damping would be great. And let's put one on pistols. Actually, hold on. Let's get you. Let's unlock. Let's not do that. Let's. Yeah. Okay. Let's do shotguns, and then let's put 1 point in shotgun. Because I don't really need her to be perfectly good with all of that. There we go. Oh no, it's a racist admiral.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is?
Oh, I
Shepard?
fucking hate
I
this
don't
guy.
begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
This ship has saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
Sounds like a fairly common situation.
Commander, I suggest you secure your mouth. It's going to get you in trouble. Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I had planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
What the fuck is a Friday Night Funkin'? No, I know what it is. There's a lot of chat. Sorry, I wasn't reading. I was playing the game. Yeah, I'm sorry that you're British, Debbie. You haven't been streaming? I thought you were. I should have waited until I was like a higher level to talk to that guy. Never really do.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Remember to follow the channel. If you're not following, I think all of you are following, but I remember specifically being told that in every stream I should remind the people to follow at least once. So this is my allotted time to tell you to follow.
Commander Shepard?
No. Goodbye. Not talking to you. No, Frisk! No, please. Don't unfollow. Which one? This is the docking bay? Ah, fine. Hold on, let me save before I talk to her.
Khaleesa been seen in Al Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions.
Thank you for the
Is
follow.
there anything you'd like to say about it?
Vanessa.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
If you're wondering why I didn't punch her, I don't know. It's kind of, I kind of wanted to punch her.
With all this exploration of Prothean culture, this must be like a survey for you, Liara.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
Yes, most of the technology I had hoped to bring back to the flotilla has subsequently attempted to kill us.
No, she's been following for a while. She unfollowed and followed me. When I specifically told you not to do that, but she did it because she funny, haha. Very funny. A comedian, if you will. When I say such a comedian.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
You're Nisana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. Didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nisana. And I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits. But I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Where do I buy this? 2,000 credits. Oh my god. Sup, Palin?
So they finally did it. I knew one of your kind would make Spectre one day. Why did you come to see me, Shepard? Did Ambassador Udina send you?
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind. Forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Councilor, so they like to be more like the underhanded side of the Council.
Okay,
I'll be going.
I already talked to you, I think. And if not, you have only like 3 phrases to say. I think Palin becomes more interesting later on. What else do we have? We have unusual readings. Yeah, the only thing that we need to really do is to go meet Conrad Werner again, so we can shoot him. We really have to shoot him. Let's go see the consort. Can you see the consort again?
Hello again. The consort is very pleased with everything that you have done for her.
Oh.
Any chance I can move up on her client list? I did help her out.
Yeah, she is grateful for your assistance. However, you have already been rewarded for helping her. The client list is a separate matter, and her schedule is completely booked for the next several months.
I think I'm done here.
Of course. Come back anytime.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Okay, I thought I could just waltz on him. I can't.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades. Welcome back, EarthClan. Will you be needing supplies for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Do you have? Oops.
I think I'll be going.
Welcome back, EarthClan.
Show me what you got.
This isn't a proof of purchase.
It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from you when I bought it.
Well, thank you for buying from me, but this still doesn't prove that you purchased that item from my store.
But I didn't buy anything else here.
How do I know that? If you don't have the proof of purchase, I can't help you.
But...
Sorry.
Everyone here seems so busy, so rushed. I wonder if they are happy.
I could get used to living like this.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Werner.
Hi, Conrad.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Right, Conrad. We talked a while back.
You remember me? Wow. Guys must try to talk to a lady like you all the time, but you remember me. That really means something. Hey, can I get your picture?
I suppose.
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless I get a picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
God. The only reason why I'm talking to Conrad Werner right now is because he becomes kind of useful in Mass Effect 3. That's it.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
New items. Ay, sorry. Pistol. Wow, this is actually worse than what I already have. Amazing. Oh, why did I keep pressing escape? Okay, okay. See, I told you. We weren't going to be stuck in the Citadel for weeks on end. He's already here for a little while.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Don't try that on me. I will shoot you with a Nerf gun. Don't do it. The only thing you'll do is make me annoyed. That's all that you will accomplish. Unless that's your goal.
Stand by, shore party.
We've done this multiple times.
Progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired. She shouldn't have ambushed you like that, but you handled it pretty well.
To be honest, I thought she was full of crap.
But you were smart enough not to say that. You've got a knack for handling the press. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Okay, we have a lot of systems to go through. Let's do one last secondary mission. Let's see. A man named Gareth asks you to look for his missing brother. Gareth faced his brother's ship may have fallen victim to privateers while traveling through the Strenus system. Go to the Strenus system in the Horsehead Nebula cluster and search for signs of Gareth's brother and his ship. He didn't even say what the response was. I suppose his response? I don't know. What's the name of the system? Something about a horse's head? Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I need water. Okay, I am back.
Combat. A mass accelerator propels a solid metal slug using precisely controlled electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. The slug is designed to squash or shatter on impact, increasing the energy it transfers to the target. If this were not the case, it would simply punch a hole right through, doing minimal damage. Accelerator design was revolutionized by Element Zero. A slug lightened by a mass effect field can be accelerated to greater speeds, permitting projectile velocities that were previously unattainable. If accelerated to a high enough velocity, a simple paint chip can impact with the same destructive force as a nuclear weapon. However, mass accelerators produce recoil equal to their impact energy. This is mitigated somewhat by the mass effect fields that rounds are suspended within. But weapon recoil is still the prime limiting factor on slug velocity.
Interesting. Where did everyone go? We dropped from 7 to 3 viewers. Well, at least the 3 main important ones are still here. So we have June Thorl. Shrouded by a thick atmosphere of complex hydrocarbons, June Thorl has never been fully mapped. The surface is hot and completely covered by a global ocean of liquid hydrocarbons. There are indicators of primitive organic life developing deep within the global ocean. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, there were like 7 people here, although none of them chatted. Antitarra is a... Need to get you a BRB skin. Wait, what? I already have one. There it is. Maybe I should put some music. Starting hydrogen gas, which is ammonia, blah blah. Hey. Okay, yes. I was afraid I didn't select the game. Xawin, there we go. Warning, level 1 cold hazard. Xawin has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of cobalt with deposits of copper. Planet-side conditions are hazardous with constant ice storms walking the surface. Wait, what? Compartments are exposed to space, inclusion pearl anti-leak, and damage consistent with ship and anti-storage. Alright, now I can land on Xawin. Let's try that. I can leave if it's too much. Okay. We have a lot of things. Start with the debris. Hello, madame. All right. Ooh. Okay. And we're down to 2. Wow, that's a high reduction in numbers for me just going to get water.
On my way.
Which computer? There's no computers here. Oh, got destroyed. Hi, Zangi. Welcome back.
I'm on my way.
Nice. Leveled up from mining minerals. Okay. Oh no. Oh shit, okay. These kinds of gets then. Jeez. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am gone. Goodbye. Oh no, it got lodged. Oh no. Alright. Yeah, I'm using the Mako. The Mako. Of course I am. This was going to be a gas trap too. Nope. Cool. Just remember, right, from an old motor frightener. Part of it smart with the chatty outpost insignia. I don't know what that means, but there we are. Yeah.
Getting to position.
Huh. I thought a treasure map would appear after I marked that, but apparently not. Okay, and now I can finally do the mission that we came here to do in the first place. And just like doing everything else first, and then we can leave the planet after having done everything. And this is going to be the last thing we do because I am tired. Oh, you do? Wow. Can't believe you smell trouble. Yeah, I know all about it. You will destroy me. I know you will. He just got vaporized, dude. Oh my god, just fucking destroyed, just annihilated, like, Jesus Christ. Right, we have disposed of the bodies.
Destination blocked.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Watch out!
I'm on! Enemy is everywhere!
Yo, what the fuck? Liara, I told you to...
Go, go, go!
Shield disabled.
Incoming!
Go, go, go!
You must die! You must die!
Helly and Lyra just died. Like at the beginning of the fight. Like
Hold the line!
Get fucked. To be fair, Lyra has horrible defenses. He's dead.
On your order, Shepard.
Man, am I just tired? Sorry, I'm not talking out loud. I'm just super tired. Okay, let's do the thing where we go to the Citadel and talk to the guy, and we're done with the mission, and then we're done with the episode. With the stream, not episode. Shouldn't make noises in space. Although in Mass Effect 3 they recognize that things shouldn't make noises in space, and what they did, very intelligent. What they did was say, hey, actually there's no noises in space. What you're hearing are audio mods that people have installed on the ships. That's what the noises in space are. They're audio mods, because otherwise, I don't know. I guess the explanation would be that people would find it weird that there are no noises because we're used to noises. So there's audio mods to make it feel like there's noises in outer space or something like that. I don't know.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay, am I the only one that is kind of
Coming up in a
confused?
report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Am I the only one that is confused as to why there's a single elevator from CSEC to the ports? Why is there's only one elevator? Should there be many elevators? I assume there should be many elevators. Expandable elevator. Yeah, sure. Oh, hello, Emily Wong.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you? Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
That seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Alright, we did a mission. We leveled up, which is cool. But we did a mission. Alright. Well, that'll be it for today. I am super tired. 2 hours of streaming is a lot. Takes a lot from you, the whole streaming business. Alright. I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.